1.
Well, this looks like 1-0 to Yan Bingtao. Really showed his mettle at that Masters. I mean, it's one thing to win it, but the way he won it. 3 6-5s against Neil Robertson, Steve Maguire and Stuart Bingham, then a 10-8 over John Higgins in the final. Robertson match is the one I really remember, because in the decider there he had a useful lead and he put 5 colours on the cushions. Just completely put the frame to bed.
Well, Yan
Well,
Bingtao 8,
he's
Mark
gone in
Selby
off,
7.
but he's
Frame,
too
Yan
far in
Bingtao.
front, I think. Even Mark Selby's not going to chase this one. So, Yan Bingtao, who's only had an hour to get ready for this match after beating Sean Murphy, has won the opening frame against Mark.
Of course, Bingtao needs an extra snooker, so that was clever. Of course, in was better than over the pocket. Black's available now, all right. I'll try and do that again, Dave.
Mark Selby 7.
Well, he's played a
Frame
very
conceded
positive
frame,
shot. He's
Mark
been unlucky
Selby.
to knock the black in. Of course he has, and he's conceded the frame. It was a good 68 nonetheless from Mark Selby. So this match all square. It could be really close this all night. It's 1 each.
So he had to play on it in the middle. So the next shot's a big one.
$39. Mark Selby 39.
Well, he expected him to get it, but it felt like not quite the last piece of the jigsaw, but certainly everything else would have been on from there on. And there is a part of in the back of your mind thinking this is the shot, which probably wins me the frame, and in this case might lose him the frame.
Doesn't seem to mind about the reputation of his opponents, because he's building a reputation of his own.
29.
He's becoming harder and harder to beat, that's for sure.
34. $40.
Selby had his chance. But it's Yan Bingtao
47 in the frame.
who makes
Yan
the clearance.
Bingtao.
And Yan Bingtao, who goes back in front here. 1 frame to come before the mid-session interval. Yan leads Selby 2-1.
They've been knocking them in off this break-off. Of course, this is not an easy shot by any means, but at this level, players do knock them in. Superb kill.
1.
Beautifully played. And again, I can understand why the likes of Mark Williams have adopted a break-off shot to just drop into the bunch, because you're not going to leave one very often at all. As I say, Selby got in off
65.
his break-off in frame 2 and in frame 4, so if Yan has got anything to think about, it's doing something about that, because you just can't afford to give away chances from the outset.
This is frame ball. This is proper punishment, isn't it? Very quick kill, just 9
72.
minutes to get to the snooker's required stage. Sets it up very nicely for the second half of the night.
Yeah.
73.
Fine match play all round. You invariably find that the balls stay in pretty orthodox positions when you get players who play this way. A match that could go very deep. I wouldn't really like to pick the
78.
winner from what I've seen.
Mark Selby
So he stepped
78.
in, first chance he
And
got,
different.
and made 78, and Mark Selby has levelled up. And as I said right at the start, we always thought this was likely to be a close match. That's
23 minutes past
how it's
8.
bearing out right now. They go to the interval all square. Mark Selby and Yan Bingtao level at 2-2.
One.
That is horrible. Brutal fluke. If you're Mark Selby, sat in your chair, look at what's been left on. If he gets a colour with that red, it'll be enough to put him into snookers required.
$68.
Just this red to mathematically win the frame, but as we know with Mark Selby, you want to put at least the black with this red and possibly another red just to stop Mark Selby coming back to the table. Because we know that could elongate the frame by a good 10-15 minutes.
Yes, against most players the equation is frame ball plus 1 or 2. Against Selby it's probably frame ball plus 3.
76.
4 snookers required, but
Catching ball.
I think Mark Selby, because there's 5 reds left where the brown is, may come back to the table, may not. See how he feels.
Yan Bingtao, 76 and a frame.
Yes, it was a borderline decision for Selby. I wouldn't have been surprised, as Stephen said, either way. As it is, direct from a fluke, Yan Bingtao makes his highest break of the match and leads. 67 on, so this is frame ball.
Foul.
He could
Yan
stand
Bingtao,
there
12.
all night and
Mark
try and
Selby,
repeat
4.
that shot and not do it. That white went into the middle pocket at a ridiculously acute angle. Look at this.
Foul.
One of the more extraordinary in-offs you'll ever see.
He'll be doing well to keep it safe this time because he's been snookered back by his opponent.
Frame considered.
Karma.
Frame, Yan Bingtao.
Yan Bingtao went off into that pocket. Then, much later, Selby left the last red unmissable to the same target. Yan Bingtao was delayed, but he does lead 4-2.
One.
He's so resolute, Selby. He displayed that this afternoon in coming back from 3-1 down to beat Dave Gilbert 4-3.
$114. $119. $125.
Cometh the hour, cometh the man.
132 and a
Selby's
frame.
second total appearance of the day. But it's not total domination, far from it. Despite that, Yan Bingtao still leads 4-3.
Good for a choice of both of these reds. Frame ball. Yeah, it's been
68.
beautifully played, this ball.
I'll repeat what I said this afternoon, Stephen. He has that tendency to wear opponents down with efficiency. And of course, a clearance from here would be the highest break of the tournament.
115.
So we talked about Robertson getting to 800 centuries this week, Selby getting to 700. Yan Bingtao at the age of 21 already on 113.
118.
With bags of time on his side.
$122.
Well, these last two century breaks from both players have been immaculate. They really have. Absolute clinics in cue ball control.
127. $133.
This game is devilishly difficult.
140.
Two frames.
Yan
Mark Selby
Bingtao.
and now Yan Bingtao have made it look preposterously easy. That was a tremendous response. Yan 5-3 ahead.
Went for a similar red to this. Frame 7, not playing it with a pace. But equally as difficult when you roll them slow, but as I keep saying, when you can middle that cue ball, those shots become that so much easier. Beautiful shot.
Snooker's in a very healthy position. The one thing we needed was a young superstar. We've got
56.
one in Yan Bingtao.
$60.
Of course, it means the ITV curse for Mark Selby continues. He will have to wait until at least
65.
the World Grand Prix in December to put that to rights and capture a title in front of our cameras. Tonight, though,
71.
he's not lost. Yan has won. That's the narrative.
78 frame in the match. Yan
The target
Bingtao.
claims another victory. It is Mark Selby. Yan Bingtao doubles up, wins by 6 frames to 3. He's into the semi-finals of the Cazoo Champion of Champions.